because I have a very bad throat. Please bear with me. Today, on behalf of Konga's Technical Publications team, we are going to, we as Vaishali and I are going to showcase you to how at Konga the streamlining of release note publication happened from manual process to automated process. The agenda for today's presentation. You can see, we have divided the agenda into four main topics. The first, we'll establish what has been the key to Konga's release success and why release notes is important at Konga, and not only in Konga but generally is why it is required. And in the second phase, you will learn about how at Konga it was a legacy process, which was a manual process where we documented release notes. And in the third phase, you will learn how we shifted from manual to automated and what process underwent in implementing the custom tool. And in the fourth phase, we will show you the live demo of the release note generator tool. As I told you, what are the key to Konga's release success? And it involved the solid planning and execution. So you can say we focused on four main pillars. The first one being the Konga release calendar. As you are aware, if you go to our documentation portal, you can see the release calendar which showcases all the products release calendar, and it is you can view it monthly or weekly wise, and it gives you visibility to all the internal as well as the external stakeholders because this is publicly available. And the second pillar you can say is Scrum meetings. So as technical writers, we attend Scrum meetings every week. It can be twice or thrice in a week, and learn what features they are developing, at what stage those features are. And if we have any questions, we can ask the engineering team or the QA team and get a solution to that. And the third pillar, you can say, it is release dashboards. So at Konga, as a technical publications team, we maintain two dashboards. One is sprint-based dashboard, where we have the, you must have listened to our first session where Vaishali and Pallavi showcased that at Konga we have two platforms, that is Salesforce and Advantage platform. So in sprint dashboard, you can see the GA release and the progress of the documentation from draft stage to review, then approval, and the publication stage. So this dashboard can be accessed by a release management team. So they will see the stages of the documentation, and when it is in the publication approved stage, they will be sending the bug trigger so that it helps us to publish the document. And as I told you, the internal stakeholders have access to it, so they can also see the progress of the GA release and the patch. The second one being the patch release. There, it is only patches are maintained, and anyone can view the dashboard. And the fourth one being the, so in our team, technical publications team, we have a patch commander. So what is the role this person performs? They takes the owners on them that all the patch releases or the GA releases are announced to the team, and so that the technical writers can start working on the documentation and ensure that the documents are published on time and without any hiccups. And next is why release notes is important. As you're all aware, if you're in the documentation team, you know that how documentation is very important when a product gets released, be it administration guide, user guide, installation guide, it can be anything. But since the focus of our presentation is only mainly on release notes, we will see why it is important. Of course, it's a non-negotiable deliverable. Release notes will go along with the product. So it's an important deliverable and it's mandatory for every release. No bills goes out without a release note. Right? And it ensures transparency and it keeps or other teams involved. It can be the customers, the professional services team. Anyone can access this. Yeah, I told you it's a single source of truth. Professional services, they refer to this release notes to implement the features, and support teams, can use this for to solve technical issues. And customer success managers, they help the customers and guide them through the new features and enhancements. And of course, the customers and partners to know whether new features, what are the new features that are being released, and what enhancements are being made to the existing features. And next being the release calendar. Of course, what I showcased in the previous slide, the release calendar will show you the GA release, which products are getting released, and what date, everything will be listed. And of course, release notes should be accurate and ensure it meets the audience's expectations. Next is release notes authoring and publishing process. So as I told you, initially, over the years, at Ponga, we have been writing release notes or the documentation manually. So what happens in a manual process? So we'll understand what are the pain points and the pitfalls. So first, what as technical writers we used to do is we collected all the Jira tickets, okay? And because since we have Salesforce and Advantage platform, so each and every time we used to go to the Jira and filter those tickets, like which platform, which version, which component. There are plenty of products in under Ponga. So, and verify the scope of each and every ticket. Next, after collecting all the information, we need to understand the Jira tickets, what it is, why the customer will be using it, and how we have to perfectly write the document and so that it is in an understandable form. Next, it's a gathering technical details. Okay, and here you have to speak to the QA or engineering, collect the package details, and Salesforce we also mentioned about the data model details. So all this information has to be collected. And next, after collecting all the information, we were writing the content. Now writing descriptions for features and fixes and categorizing them. If you have seen our release notes on the documentation portal, you would have seen there is different sections. The first being the package details, then you have the new features and enhancements, then you have the fixed issues, known issues. So writing for each and everything, then the formatting, we were using earlier Confluence. So in Confluence, sometimes the formatting will be different, the text form will be different, and sometimes we get the senior technical writers saying, so even if a small ad or some word is mismatched, they'll come a review, like this is not perfect. You have again that's a manual process that was very cumbersome. Next being after writing the content, we'll send it out for review. Now again, we have to wait for the review from the QA and the product managers. Once we get all the comments and we incorporate those comments in the document, then finally get the sign-off from the product managers. Once we get the sign-off from the product managers, next will be the publishing part. Now earlier, since it was in Confluence, we had one portal, one website where we used to document it, and publishing will be in some other space. So copy from one Confluence space to another Confluence space. So this was very cumbersome and and tedious process, and it ate into the technical writer's core writing work. So as you can see, and of course, since the previous subject was DDLC, you could see the DDLC process here as well. This is the analyzing phase. Then we understood the audience analysis, the requirement analysis, everything. Then we started with the information gathering, then authoring, that is developing, or you can say defining and designing the content, then getting the reviews, it could be peer review, technical review, or the editorial review, then comes the publishing. So you can see the DDLC process is here as well. So what I wanted to say is manual process, even though we were using Confluence to write, but some organizations, maybe they are still using MS Word, so it is very cumbersome to have manual work, because as technical writers we should concentrate on the documenting products release, and it should be accurate and correct. So our technical publications team, along with the senior top level management, discussed and decided that we should have an in-house automation tool which will reduce the time, and it is automated where the information, the Jira information is collected directly, and the content is that you put into a template and then it gets published. So to walk you through the automation process, I'll hand it over to Vaishali, who will give you a detail.
Thank you, Sean. Hey everyone. So like Usha said, the manual process served its purpose, but it was not very efficient. Eventually, it became clear to us that we needed an automated solution to streamline our release notes generation process. So the subsequent slides that I'll be talking about is everything that we did to achieve this objective of automation. So let's start with the automation approach that our team followed first. Is it slow? About the approach. So what we did is we first of all, we put our focus on these three key areas first: identifying the pain points with the manual process, brainstorming on what kind of solution are we looking for, and lastly designing the to-be workflow. For each of these areas, what we did is, this is what we did for each of these areas. We began with analyzing our current workflow, and we discovered that there are several challenges. The key ones are, since the Jira collection process that Usha explained was manual, it often resulted in delays. The second one was again manual effort of formatting release notes for every release. That was again resulting in delays and also inconsistency issues. So every release for different, we felt every release was different. And of course, last minute surprises such as unexpected scope changes or urgent bug fixes. So that also made it difficult for us to maintain accurate release notes. So once we had a clear picture of the pain points that we had, we started with the brainstorming exercise. What we did is we interviewed several people, including technical writers, and we also involved the cross teams early in the cycle. So with the help of cross teams, what we achieved was, the information we got from them. The product management and the engineering team provided us insights on Jira ticket categorization and status tracking. The release management team provided us with a holistic view of the release cycle and release priorities. And the QA team gave us information about the typical technical details that go into every release note, such as what Usha mentioned, package details and data model changes, etc. So at the end of this brainstorming exercise, what we had was a clear picture of series of activities that we need to perform in what sequence. And once we got that, we started working on the to-be workflow for the new automated solution. So during that phase of designing the ideal workflow, taking our priorities, keeping those priorities in mind, what we concluded was that the Jira tickets for the release notes will be automatically fetched from the Jira. The ticket categorization, that is putting every ticket in correct sections of the release notes, that should be done manually. We also decided and prepared boilerplate content, that is the standard content that goes in every release note. For example, header, footer, disclaimers, system requirements, etc. So this was all to ensure that we don't repeat the same efforts for every release. So we decided on the boilerplate content. We also concluded how review and approval steps would be integrated in the to-be workflow. Now, since there were multiple cross teams involved in the entire process, we assigned clear responsibilities to each of the team members who would be participating in the release notes journey. So this was about the approach. Now comes, once this was decided, it's time for tool development. Now let's see how we developed and implemented the tool. So like any other tool, this one also had different development stages. So what we did is, considering the to-be workflow as a baseline for tool development, we added a few more high priority items also to our requirements list. And what we wanted was, the input method should be very simple for the technical writers. The Jira query logic behind the tool should be simple, and it should cater to all our requirements in terms of scoping of the Jira tickets, ticket categorization into different sections, or excluding a few tickets if they don't match the pre-configured criteria that we have. And of course, we wanted to provide formatting flexibility also to the technical writers through the tool, so that they can generate release notes for different audiences. So these were all the key points discussed in this phase. Once we had a base MVP of the tool ready, we demoed it to different stakeholders, the participants of the release notes journey, and we conducted internal demos, training sessions, and we also provided them documentation and guidelines on how to use the tool. And so basically, we ensured that they tried their hands on the tool and gave us valuable input so that we could further improve the tool in alignment with the release needs. And as a result of all of these efforts, what we achieved was an efficient tool for release notes authoring and publishing, which now has reduced technical writers' workload to a great extent, and it has enabled us to provide timely and accurate release notes for every release. So this was about tool development and implementation. Now what I'd like to show you is the exact sequence of activities that we follow. This is what Usha showed in her manual process. So you can see the sequence of activities. The first is the collection of inputs. The second is about dynamic content assembly. Third is how the draft is generated. What is the review approval process, and finally what is the publishing process. So like I said, what happens is, earlier all of those ticket collection activities was manual. Now what has happened is, it is all automated through the tool. The technical writer can log into the tool and select all the basic criteria for the release notes generation, that is platform, product, version, whether it's a major release or a patch, etc. So this is all the input that the writer has to provide, and the tool automatically fetches correct tickets based on these criteria plus other criteria that we have pre-configured to exclude or include some tickets. So based on all of those criteria pre-configured, the tickets are fetched and they are bifurcated into different categories, new features, bug fixes, etc. So that's about the collection process. Now what has happened is, instead of doing all those manual efforts of formatting and writing everything, like Usha said, we are now able to focus on our core writing work instead of doing all of those housekeeping and other such activities. So all that the technical writers have to do is update the release notes description field in Jira, and everything is taken care of by the team, by the tool. So once the release note description is populated, what the technical writers have to one-click operations in the tool to request cross teams to provide their inputs. The information which is not in control, we don't own it, we don't have any control on it. All we have to do is click a button, and the QA or the engineering team will input those details in the tool itself. So the onus and accountability of that information now lies with the cross teams. Who owns that information? We are done with our job now. Once all the input is gathered and available in the release notes, now all that the technical writer has to do is generate a pre-release version of the release notes. They can download the document in PDF or HTML format. They'll send it to the stakeholders, QA, PM, etc. for review and approval. And once final approval is secured from these reviewers, we have another process. To make it short, the release management team sends us a pub trigger, which is publication trigger. Once we receive that trigger, we publish the documents via the tool. So this time what we do is we generate a publication ready version of the document. So this is how it smartly inserts information in required format. The draft version style is different, format is different, publication ready is different. It inserts a lot of other standard information also. Once the final the final approval is secured, on receiving the pub trigger, we generate the publication ready version of the document, and the tool automatically takes care of inserting the generated release note in our CCMS system in the correct location based on the platform, product, and version. So that's the end-to-end automated process now. To summarize, all we have to do is ensure that we have updated the release note description, and rest of it is all automated. Now, here's a quick comparison. We have seen the approach. We saw how the tool was developed and implemented, and how users adapted to it. And now, what are the benefits that we've achieved out of this transformation? So, what we've done is we have picked up a few important aspects and issues that we had with the manual process, and have shown you a side-by-side comparison of manual and automated process. So I think in interest of time, I think I'll not be able to explain everything. So the first parameter which was most important for us is data collection. So earlier, like we've explained, everything was manual, and so there were risk of delays and items being missed out. Now the scoping is done automatically by the tool, and there are one-click operations to gather inputs from various cross teams. Again, version consistency also, there were chances of misalignment between the release notes and features deployed. Now it is all automated. Everything that is, depending on what is there in the Jira, what is the information associated with those Jira, that tool automatically picks up correct tickets. Categorization into various sections was manual earlier. Now it is all automated. We don't have to worry about it. Collaboration and review earlier, it was emails and multiple back and forth with the cross teams on email and MS team, etc. Now what we do is we just generate a draft through the tool. We can also send it through our CCMS assignments, and the review process can be automated. Few more benefits quickly. Notifications. Earlier it was all email and team-based communication, and of course again delays and missed deadlines were the issues. Now with this tool, automated notifications are sent at every stage of the release note lifecycle. When you are collecting inputs, when you are generating a document, when you are publishing a release note document, at every stage notification is sent to stakeholders. And stakeholders, it doesn't just mean the information provider. It is the information provider, the tech ops, plus the managers also, so that everyone is updated about the latest status. Then towards the end of the journey is publication. Publication was, like Usha said earlier, totally manual. We had to manually format the release notes every time with the same things. And again, with the manual efforts, there are chances of things messing up. And manually push it to multiple locations in Confluence. So obviously it was prone to publishing delays. Now again, with the CCMS and with tool, both are integrated, and so as soon as the publication ready version of the release notes is generated, it goes into the CCMS automatically, and from there we can push it to the production instance also. that all happens with the help of pre-configured templates with required information. The last one is particularly important for the Combat Tech Hubs team, as we wanted to provide our internal stakeholders with a unique experience. It is about giving them early visibility, especially to the customer-facing teams. Earlier, what happened was, since it was all managed through Jira, they had to log into Jira, manually search, looking for the filters that they wanted, and then they came to know this is what is coming in the fixed versions. And then there were items such as dark features or something that's only for QA that would also come in the results. Now with this tool, we have pre-configured filter criteria, set in the background, and what these guys, the CSM or the PS team who are dealing with customers, they can themselves independently log into the tool, they can generate a pre-release version of the release notes, and they can have a look at what are the upcoming features, and they can accordingly work with the customers for preparedness. Yeah, and last but not the least, we are thrilled to let you all know that with this automated tool, we've been able to cut down the turnaround time for our release notes from 1 week to just 2 days. So that's a very big achievement for us. Yeah, so on the presentation side, this is what we had. If you can allow, we'll quickly have a very super short demo of the tool so that you all can relate to what we've been talking about, how the tool looks like and what's the basic happy click path of the tool. I'll hand over to Usha.